What is up, everybody? Welcome here to Pop Culture Philosophers. Welcome, in fact, to PCP Movie Night. I am your host, Rockin, Robbie Bills, and we are continuing Crew's Choice here on PCP Movie Night, and it is Brooks's pick tonight, and he has picked a great one, which I consider to be one of the best comedies of all time. I love this movie. This is Spinal Tap, and this is Brooks. Brooks, this is your pick. Welcome in. How you doing?
No, we're not doing fucking Stonehenge.
we should have all got little miniature Stonehenges to put in our backgrounds.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah. So happy to have you here, man.
Course.
Oh yeah, look at that.
My old DVD. I probably bought it at Movie Stop way back when, as a sticker on the back. Funniest movie made about rock and roll. Yeah, it's funny. The thing about watching on DVD is when you put the DVD in, when the screen loads up, they do a little bit like while the thing rushes in, so it's like they do like a little 2-minute bit just to open the DVD screen.
Yeah, dude, it's worth it to have it in physical because like the commentary is done in character.
The commentary track is the best, dude.
Yeah, the commentary is done in character as if it's the actual band discussing the actual documentary. It's pretty funny. And then there's like over an hour of deleted scenes. It's basically like another movie. It's really crazy.
It'd be fun if he could have sliced like made a extended version of this movie.
Oh Jesus!
That'd be
like the 8-hour version of This Is Spinal Tap. Yeah. Heck yeah! All right. Also joining us tonight, as usual, is Jelani. What's up, homie?
Station, man. I keep forgetting how funny this movie is. I'm glad you picked it, Brooks, because man, it already is turned up to 11 every time. I don't know. I don't know. Was this improvisational, by the way?
Yeah,
very improvisational. It's one of the finest mockumentaries out there, man. It's very impressive, and I'm glad to talk about it with you guys.
Heck yeah! Also joining us from Heroes for Hire Comic Club, it's our buddy Matt. What's up, homie?
Hello, Cleveland.
How you doing, bro?
Philosophers. Okay.
You should have done the bit where you were like running around trying to find your studio, but you couldn't. You kept getting turned around.
I was going to say that I was writing a new composition. It's kind of a departure for me. It's called "Lick My Love Pump."
Yeah.
Part of a musical trilogy I'm working on.
It's a trilogy, really.
I love it. Welcome in, man. All right, first time on the channel. I've worked with this cat before over at Blood Splatter Chatter, but this is the first time on PCP. For Wes from Screen Brulee. What is up, homie?
What's up? I'm so happy to be here. This was my first time watching this movie. I picked up the Criterion. I loved this. I had seen like Best in Show before, which I think Christopher Guest also worked on.
Yeah.
So I was familiar with like the type of improvisational humor, but I have to agree. I think this is one of the best mockumentaries of all time. It is straight up hilarious. There's so many funny moments. I couldn't even pick, like literally it's watching the screen and every moment is funny. Like just the fact that the guy's last name is Eaton Hogg. Like what? I didn't even catch that until like way into the movie. And I was like, wait a sec, Dennis Eaton Hogg. What? So like, it's just like I feel like I'm so stoked to see the commentary now because this is a movie that keeps giving like, it's going to be funny every time I watch it. I know, because it's just like a joke a minute, and they're so subtle, a lot of them, and it's brilliant.
Heck yeah. All right, and rounding out the panel is the missing link himself. What's up, Link? How you doing?
Yo, I had to do the peace sign because I was lagging a little bit. But as everybody else, I'm happy to be here discussing this classic. I had not seen this in a few years. I'm surprised how long I hadn't seen it. But it was just a great reminder of how timeless this is and how many great comedies, or my favorite like modern comedies, I don't want to say ape off this, but this set like the groundwork for so many modern comedies that are relevant today. So it was really cool to go back and revisit this classic.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get into it. This movie came out in 1984. It was directed by the late Rob Reiner. It was written by, like, it's basically improv, but there was an outline. So it's written by Rob Reiner, and then of course the three main stars: Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, Harry Shearer. They were all working around. They're comedians. Were they on SNL around this time? I think, if not right around this time.
Yeah.
And put this movie together. Now, I'm a huge fan of Christopher Guest. Most people know him as Princess Bride, and then movies like Best in Show, Waiting for Guffman, and The Mighty Wind. For Your Consideration. I love this whole like mockumentary kind of thing that he likes to do, that really starts here with This Is Spinal Tap, a movie that really took the world by storm. People thought it was a real band, dude. That's how, like, that's what's crazy, is like, it's not just funny, it's also incredibly like real feeling, right? Like, it really feels like this is a real band that just doesn't get it, right? And they're referencing tons of things, like the Yes drummer getting stuck in a seashell prop or whatever. There's the bit, that's the bit from the Pod. There's another one where it was Black Sabbath had this massive giant Stonehenge that couldn't even fit in most buildings that they performed at. So they kind of played with that, with the Stonehenge bit. So lots of cool, fun things, but just brilliant performances, and just what a great story that actually feels very tight and intentional, even though it's improv, and it's because it's from comedian improv masters. And I absolutely love this movie. Brooks, I'm so happy you picked it. What do you think about this movie overall?
Yeah, like, well, obviously I really love this movie, but my first memory of Spinal Tap wasn't actually the movie. There was a Metallica documentary from back in the day. It was like a 2-cassette thing you could get at Best Buy. And there was a part where Spinal Tap actually showed up backstage after a concert, and they were like, in character, of course. So David St. Hubbins was like giving James Hetfield shit about, who was the first to come up with the idea for a completely black album. So that was the first time I'd ever seen Spinal Tap. So I kind of knew, I knew about them, but like, the first time I watched the movie, I was like, this is one of my favorite comedies of all time. It's up there. It's not quite as good as, like, say Young Frankenstein, but it's pretty close. It's I'd say it's in my top 5. Like, and it's mostly just, these two guys, like, well, there's 3 guys, but 2 of them are like the main driving force. David and Nigel, they're basically the driving force behind this movie. And like, a lot of it's just like, just ridiculous riffing, like they're just so, they have like no self-awareness, and that's the funniest part about it, is that they don't realize, like, they're the last to be told, like, oh, you're on your way out. They don't realize that, but it's like, with rock and roll, even back then, was like, there's always a comeback. Aerosmith did it, like the Stones did it, like all these old rock bands would come back eventually. But it's kind of funny. It's kind of documenting like the downward turn of this band. It's like they've been so successful, but now they're like, they're kind of losing relevance, but they don't realize it. Yeah. And it's just that's part of what makes it so hilarious. It's just these 3 clueless guys.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's great, man. It's anchored by those performances. Then it actually has a rather charming and touching and kind of tender story about 2 friends, right? And like having their division and things like that. It's really, this movie actually goes further than it even has to. And I think that's one of the most magical things about it. What about you, Jelani? I know you love the movie. Talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, bro. I love this film. I really do. I was shocked because I saw it during the Hollywood Video Days, and I watched it randomly because I pick up movies and take them home. and this was one of the main ones that I watched, and I was really impressed, like how well crafted, how well shot it was, how they found all these crowds. I was impressed by that back then, and like just crowds for the shows and all the stuff that happened during it. I was like, how did they get all these people? I mean, I know it's a movie and all, but it didn't feel, it felt low budget, but it also had a high budget to it, so it had a level of it, and them riffing the entire time. It's a mile a minute of how many jokes there are in this movie, how well they're timed, how subtle they are. The subtlety of the jokes in this movie just drive me insane. Like they even have a Yoko Ono. Oh my god! And Jennifer, I think her name is Jennifer, but she was like the wedge between them all, and all the crap that came from that. It's I don't know what it is about this film that
I did the horoscope stuff.
Yes, the horoscope. You're a Virgo. This man's a Virgo. And she's got like a whole map of.
I wish they'd have done tried the bug makeup in like the. I wish they'd have tried the Zodiac makeup to do one show. I would have liked to have seen how.
Oh, that'd been nice. That'd have been awesome. But it made no sense how good this was when I first saw it. I really laughed out loud. This time was just the same. It's still impressive. I still like everything that was involved. Rest in peace to Rob Reiner. I hear that there's a sequel to this. That
came out last year.
Okay, I need to watch that too.
It's called This Is Spinal Tap. The End Continues, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, we got to definitely see it. It's got to be as good as this, or in the realm of it, and it's probably the best. I've got so many favorite characters, so when we get to it, we'll talk about that too. But it's just, oh man, I forgot how good this was and how easy it was to find on HBO. It was like it's on HBO, so it is a classic when HBO decides to keep it. That's impressive. You don't have to go to like 50 different places to try and find it. So yeah, love this film, man. Love it.
Heck yeah,
absolutely love it.
Heck yeah. Matt, what about you, man? What do you think about This Is Spinal Tap? And talk a little bit about your history with it.
I remember this movie when I was a kid. I thought they were a real band. I didn't know it was a mockumentary when I was little. But I was like, damn, this band's really got some bad luck. But I really thought it was funny. I didn't really get some of the jokes till I got older, though. But because I knew more about the history of music. Like Jenny is saying, they have their own personal Yoko Onos, trying to come up with all these crazy ideas that won't work. And but like this band, it's just, at some points it's so funny, but you feel sorry for them. Like when there's the marquee says Puppet Show and Spinal Tap, and like all the tropes. These are like real rock and roll tropes. Because I saw Dee Snider talking about. They said they used to watch this on tour because all that stuff happens. Like getting lost backstage. You're in some arena you've never been in. They don't know how to get to the stage. He said that's actually happened before. All the A&R executives, like, you can feel how uncomfortable they are. Like we got all these I'm not going to say anything because we're not talking about the characters yet, so I don't want to well, I guess I could, but like there's a lot of like famous people in it that have little tiny parts in it. We got Billy Crystal,
Fran Drescher.
Yeah, Billy Crystal's like, come on, mime means money. He's telling that guy to get back out there. All the
it's funny seeing a mime talk.
It's Dana Carvey is the mime he's talking to, right?
Yeah. Dana Carvey's the mime he's talking to. And I don't know, just the whole, we have a Stonehenge in danger of being stepped on by dwarfs, which was hilarious. And then we always said that about some guys stuffed their pants. So he has I love that we go through the metal detector, but he's got oh my God, that's so great. And just the whole, it's got so many famous lines in it. Like Jelaine saying, like, this the whole thing where he's talking about this thing goes to 11. And he's like, well, why don't you make 10?
10, and does 10 be the normal?
He's going to 11. Or he tells him, remember the one guitar? He says, I can't. You're not even supposed to look at it. Don't look at it. Don't touch it. And it's also, they are very unaware, like that they're on their downward trajectory. But they're also like a lot of egotistical rock stars that live in this world where remember he's having a crisis over the food. He goes, the bread is not big enough for the, and he's like, but if I fold that over, then I got to fold the bread over. He goes, no, why are you folding the bread over?
It's hilarious. In the commentary, they're like, he's trying to make you look so bad, the director. He's just he's making you look so unreasonable.
And I don't
The
know.
commentary is them. It has to be.
And Brooks, I remember that documentary of Metallica where he's like, so Metallica representatives,
yeah,
come up with all black album cover. And that's just great. And like, I don't know. Also, when they're talking about, well, remember the guy they meet the other big rock star was also, we got Dr. Johnny Fever is in the hotel. He's the manager of that other rock musician from WKRP in Cincinnati, for all you old people out there like me.
Yes.
And, but he's like, he's got an album, like they had their album, remember, because you got this one chick. Well, he's chained up. He says they have an argument over, like, well, it's okay because he's the one tied up. It's so ridiculous. But yeah,
there's a thin line between clever and stupid.
Yeah, that's one of the best lines in the movie is that, and all the other trouble about rock drummers dying.
Yes.
All their that's like a thing, because before this movie, we had Keith Moon, John Bonham, all these drummers died because they were like wild and crazy dudes that like to party too much. So yeah. But so it hits all the buttons, and like even rock musicians love this movie, even though they're making fun of it. So
yeah, excellent, man. Excellent points. All right, Wes, very excited. You seemed that you enjoyed it, but your first time watching This Is Spinal Tap. Tell us about your experience.
I mean, I had some hesitation because I think for me, improv comedy is either hit or miss. However, I have liked most that I've seen, I would say, like most Monty Python, most I've liked Best in Show. So I was excited to see it, but I was nervous because I was like, oh, I hope this isn't like dumb. And I was just like immediately taken in. I thought it was so funny. It just killed me. It really, like I'd seen it goes up to 11 like scene before because it's referenced like so many times and everything. Yes. Like anytime you watch like a most famous scene from any comedy like compilation, it's in there. But there's like other parts of that scene that are actually, I think, even funnier than the this goes to 11 when he's like, just listen to the sustain, and he's like, I don't hear anything. And he's like, well, you would if it was playing. It's like I can't even.
Got the tag on it.
It's just so I loved it. I love seeing Billy Crystal in there. Like it is surprising to see all the familiar faces for like a split second. Like Fran Drescher's in there, and I don't even know what else to say about it other than like it really is just one of the best comedies. It just really. I'm so glad I have it. I'm so glad I can watch the commentary later. I have that to look forward to. It's up there. It's definitely, I mean, it might be like one of my top 5 favorite comedies now that I've seen it. And full disclosure, comedy is not my favorite genre or anything, but this is definitely up there as one of my favorites in the genre.
This is a movie that makes you feel good too.
Yes.
This is like good comfort movie. You just kind of feel good. You can have fun with it, man.
Yes.
Really, really love it. All right, Steph, what about you? What do you think about This Is Spinal Tap?
Man, I echo you gentlemen's sentiments. Gentle people. This was just a great movie. I'm a big fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and talk about like being unaware. This whole there's a scene. It's like kind of at the beginning where Rob Reiner's interviewing like the two friends, and they're eating at a diner. And he's got like his gum on his finger, and he's like, why do you have your gum on your finger? He's like, just put it on the table. He's like, if I put it on the table, I'll forget it. Some people could see that scene and be like, that's so stupid. But that's the whole point about how stupid and unaware these guys are. Like, not one of them crossed their mind about like just throw the gum away or the table will be dirty. It was for other reasons as to why, it's just a great directorial debut. Like you guys said, the cameos, I couldn't put my finger on it at first, but Fran Drescher, it was kind of shocked because I'm so used to her being that voice from the 90s. Yeah, she wasn't that in this at all, so that was cool. But it's just a
greased up woman on all fours with a leather glove being shoved in her face to sniff it.
But it's it's like you guys. I can't say anything better than you gentlemen have said. It's a great movie. It's a feel good movie. It's just a classic, man. I'm very curious to jump into the sequel now, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. I'm really, really curious because I guess the whole point is that they're trying to do a reunion tour in that movie or something like that. They're doing some kind of big nostalgic reunion. So I'm really excited to check that out too, man. Heck yeah. Great thoughts, Steph. All right, let's get into this cast. This cast is amazing. So many small parts, so many big parts. Brooks, this is your pick. You get to go first. What's a performance you want to highlight?
Hey, like I said, like the two characters that mainly move this movie are David and Nigel. But my favorite was always Derek Smalls on the bass. And like he's kind of like he's in the background for a lot of the movie, but he's always there. He's one of the main guys, but his part is always more subdued. But when he gets his moments, like he really, he makes the most of the moments that he does have. And even on the commentary, like David and Nigel are like flapping away, and every once in a while you'll hear Derek. Derek is kind of like he's just there for the ride. I kind of relate to Derek. I think like in our friend group, I would be the Derek.
You would be.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Robbie would be David.
Yeah. You're right. Is Jelani Nigel then?
Yeah, I think Jelani's on Nigel.
That makes sense too. Throwing a fit, not understanding how bread works.
Yeah, it has to fold the bread. But yeah, Derek's great. Like they're all great, but he's like of course the airport bit. It's funny because like it's the only time you really see him kind of lose his cool. Like for most of the movie, he's like just very reserved, and this one he gets caught and he just gets like fucking he has to pout and pitch a fit just like the rest of them.
The band's reaction during that scene is funny too. Sometimes you don't notice it at first because you're paying attention to what's going on with him. But I also just love the way he like talks and like he holds that pipe.
Yeah.
And, like, the whole jazz explosion shit or whatever. It's just like what the fuck?
I think he gives David good advice. Like if we're going on our way out, why don't we just do like passion projects?
Yeah.
And this might sound weird, but I've
seen like we're not an alternate version where Nigel doesn't come back and they do actually end up just like doing these weird passion projects.
Yes, I see that.
Was I the only one that thought that the girl that was checking in with the metal detector was hot?
Oh yeah,
she was hot. She get it.
Oh yeah, she was very attractive.
She get it.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that scene. I don't know if I noticed. Jelani, what's a performance you want to highlight?
Bruh. Now I do love Nigel, and I was yesterday I was going to pick him, but I'm not picking him. I love him, but I'm not picking him. My favorite in this movie, and it's 2 times I watched it, and I had to think about it for a while. It was Ian Faith, the manager. He's with the cricket bat.
Yeah.
He is my favorite character in this movie. Why? Because he's got to put up with their shit. Like, he's putting up with their shit the best way he can. He's trying to put it all together. He has a cricket bat to, like, do certain things with it. Like, beat the shit out of TVs or scare them into doing things. And, like, when he has, like, he's at odds with Jennifer. When he's at odds with Jennifer and he's just like, I'm out. I can't do it. It's just, it's one of the funniest scenes in the movie to me. I love it because it hits home a little bit in a lot of different weird ways. But I love this character. He is like chef's kiss, one of my favorites, like of all time.
And it's funny because on the commentary track, like the band, they're always talking shit about everybody, and like. The two, they're like, in particular, like they seem to like hate Ian and Marty, the director, like the most. They're like the most catty towards him. It's hilarious. They're like, he can just lie. He just lies right to your face.
Right to your face. Yeah.
It's like you basically get 3 movies in one because then you have the outtakes.
I consider the commentary track kind of the sequel to Spinal Tap.
Yeah. So speaking of the sequel, so I was just looking at it, and this 2025 sequel, Spinal Tap 2: The End Continues. Then it says the 2026 concert film, Spinal Tap at Stonehenge, the final finale. So I'm like, oh my goodness, they actually freaking did that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That
They
is
actually went on tour in the 90s. They did like some festival shows in the 90s at Spinal Tap.
Yeah, and they learned, they learned how to play the songs.
Yeah.
They learned how to play the instruments. They're actually performing them. It's pretty cool.
Jelaine picked the manager because I kind of wonder if this is a caricature of these typical 70s rock managers. Like, we heard the legendary stories of like Peter Grant and Led Zeppelin. He was just as crazy as they were,
Yeah.
And he was actually rather violent. He was like a former professional wrestler in England. So, but yeah, it's interesting that you picked that because I thought I always liked that guy too. Because God bless him, he just can't take it no more. That one part where he's like, I'm out.
I love it. Yeah, he's really great, man. It's a very real performance. It feels like, right? What about you, Matt? What's a performance you want to highlight?
I like Christopher Guest.
He's my favorite character.
What an amazing guitar solo. He's playing a violin. Then he stops. Like the improv's great because he takes the violin and stops and tries to tune it. Like, they're making fun of Jimmy Page in these 10-minute guitar solos he would do. And like, he's just so clueless. Like, he just thinks it's so cool that it goes to 11. He's just so happy about it. And you can see the look on his face when Rob Reiner says, well, why don't you just make 10 the loudest? And then 10 would be the loudest. And he's like, it's like it broke his whole heart. He's like, but these go to 11.
It's such a stupid question. It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
These go to 11.
These go to 11.
When he's playing that song, it sounds like some kind of real melodic. He's like, oh, that sounds great. He goes, well, it's part of a trilogy. It's called Lick Me Love Pump. You think like poignant name to it, and it's like the screw up with I don't know, and like I also like how he kind of just dogs Jeannie or Jennifer when she's like, well, why did they do it in what you call it, Doubly instead of Dolby? He's like, well, maybe we can record it in Doubly next time. So, but it's also about the friends like that. But yeah, he's just I don't know. I just like him, and I always wanted one of those shirts with a green skeleton on it.
Yeah,
and I always thought that was really cool.
It's like that's actually my outline of my skeleton.
Actual skeleton.
Yeah.
It is green. When you see it,
when you blood and it's blue.
Great lines in that movie, and then also a little trivia for you: his wife he's married to Jamie Lee Curtis.
Wow,
yes, nice.
Yeah,
lucky bastard. Wow. You lucky bastard.
Yeah, I'm a huge Christopher Guest fan. I love him in Waiting for Guffman, which are movies that he directed, of course. But Best in Show, I love him in that. Love him in Princess Bride. He's just there's something about him. There's something about Nigel's accent that is like my single favorite thing about this movie is the way Nigel's accent is. It's just I don't know. There's something endearing about it to me.
I would love to see almost childlike out of them too.
I would love to see the outtakes because there's no way that they were able to keep a straight face the whole time. I don't know how. But I know he does it but when Nigel says something, he just says it totally like he really means it. Like, and it's the most ridiculous thing. Like I would laugh saying it. So they tell they're complete improv professionals.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Wes, what's a performance you want to highlight?
I'm having trouble remembering all of the names just because it's the first time I've seen it and it was a couple of days ago. But whatever guy at the end is saying, when I'm up on stage, I feel kind of like when you go to the zoo and there's a moose and it's there and it's a stuffed moose. And the guy's like, so you kind of feel like a stuffed moose when you perform. And he's like, yeah, just the way he just like throws away that. Yeah, that's gotta be, I think that's the funniest thing in the whole movie. And it's just right at the end there and it just kills me. And, which character is that? Can somebody remind me the name? Is that,
I don't know.
Is he a member of the band? Which one?
I believe so. I think it's maybe Mick.
Is it the keyboardist?
Yes, there we go. There we go.
Happy.
That goblin-looking dude.
Yeah,
His tooth is missing.
It's so funny. Oh my goodness, it kills me.
It's really funny when you see like, especially the stuff where they're like backstage and they're just hanging and all the drama's going on with Nigel and David, but like they're just living the rock star life, man. Like the keyboardist and the drummer and then Harry Shearer too, right? They're just kind of like sitting there with women. You don't really see Nigel with like women and shit like that, It's very interesting. It's like he does care more about the music, man. So heck yeah, that's a good pick, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Link. What about you? What's one you want to highlight?
It's just from even the support actors, they were amazing as well. They were the hotel scene. I don't know what the doorman or the concierge or the check-in dude. He had the thick glasses, but the whole time he's like, "How do you expect me to fit 14 people in the room?" And he's like, "Don't tempt me, sir." It's just he's making these comments to them in passing. It's so subtle. Attractive men. But it was just a small role, but he reminded me of Milton from Office Space. Just this bumbling dude with these thick ass glasses.
Yes.
But yeah, I thought he was hilarious and super charming.
I thought I would get through the whole panel and I would be able to use him because it cracks me up, like the little references that he's saying, and then he's like, "I'm just as God made me, sir."
In the commentary, they have an anecdote about him, like trying to sneak, like basically like sneaking into their room in like a bathrobe and being like, "Oh," he's like, "Oh, I just wandered in, sorry, wrong room."
That guy
shut the door in his face.
He played George Jefferson's neighbor on the Jeffersons too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
No shit.
I knew it.
That
I
is
knew it.
right.
From
He always looks so familiar to me, but yeah, you're right. That's exactly who that is.
That is him.
Holy shit. All right. So I will then pick the limo driver. I don't remember his name. Is it like Vic or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the guy who's like hey, you reading Yes I Can by Sammy Davis Jr.? You know what it should be called? Yes I Can. If Frank's, and he just starts getting they roll.
Yeah, and he goes to Frank Sinatra.
And he goes, fucking limeys. He's like, here's the thing, this is a passing thing. This is like, he's funny. And there's a lot more of him in those outtakes and deleted scenes.
Got some good deleted scenes.
There's some great ones. They get him trying to smoke some weed and shit like that. Like, it's so fucking funny. But
loved and lost like Frank has.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know. They haven't lived a life like Frank. It's like, those kind of people that are like hardcore and Frank like that, man.
He's the City Slickers from Billy Crystal.
Yes, City Slickers. Yeah, that's one we should do. Hell, we could even do the Legend of Curly's Gold, man.
Gold is awesome. Yeah.
I really like the City Slicker movies, man. I haven't seen those probably since the 90s, man.
We don't do comedies. We need to start doing comedies.
Pair those up with like Weekend at Bernie's. Do like a 90s event themed shit or something like that.
90s fest. We don't do a lot of comedy, really. I mean, I'm kind of like Wes. It's not my favorite genre of film, but there's still plenty of great comedies out there. Like Young Frankenstein's a great one. We've never done that. Yeah, that's weird. Some old school stuff, like I really love Some Like It Hot. I think that movie is really fucking funny, man.
We'll love Some Like It Hot.
Yeah. All right, so that's some great cast. Let's talk about the style and structure. It's the mockumentary type style. Is this the first mockumentary? Is this the first time? Surely it's not. Surely something was done before where it was meant to be like a comedic take on a documentary, right? So surely there was something, but this movie, with the improv, with the performances, and just the way that there's so much of this movie that they had to cut it together pretty tight, and it actually flows really good. It never lags. It's just joke after joke after joke, and it never gets boring. It never feels tired, and you get sucked right into it. But stylistically, it's incredibly well shot because it looks so real. Like this was actually like a documentary. Like it. You don't get the vibe that this was put together, that this was kayfabe, right? And it's nuts, man, because it actually not only has influenced comedies, I think, ever since, but I think it's influenced music documentaries ever since. I mean, they're kind of playing around with things like Song Remains the Same, The Last Waltz, these, famous rock documentaries, right? But they really kind of refined that style and really elevated rock and roll documentaries for the next few decades. And I think still have that influence. So I think it's style-wise very important and ahead of its time, honestly, and very influential. And I think structurally is just pretty much pitch perfect. What about you, Brooks?
Yeah, like, it's got a pretty, it doesn't have so much of a stiff, narrative. It's more like a sequence of events, but it does have a direction that it's going, and it's like it's funny when you watch it because in the beginning they do look like very much like a serious rock band, like big shot rock stars, but it slowly starts hinting that they're on the decline. I think the first hint you get is when they arrive at the airport and he's holding the sign that says Spinal Tap. It then starts kind of, you just get a little bit more of that as the movie goes on, and you start to realize and through learning about the characters like what kind of movie this is. And it's great, man. Like the jokes are they just keep coming, the bits keep coming. Like it's amazing how well they can this movie just flows. It's all built around the flow of these, like the comedic flow of these like three guys basically. And it's like a lot of people, like, comedy it's a tough thing, because you might think a movie's funny the first time you see it, but then the more you see it, it gets less funny. Some people, but like a comedy that can like consistently make you laugh when you watch it over again, that's how you've got a classic. And I think this one's like that for me.
Oh, absolutely. Like first time I watched American Pie, I thought that movie was hilarious. Second time I watched it, I was like, eh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's
tons
of
you can watch Young
like
Frankenstein as many times as you want, it'll still be funny. You can watch this, Caddyshack, the classics. Classic comedies are like some of the best movies you can watch. And
absolutely.
And despite the fact
like American Pie will get you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just going to say,
so
like,
much of that
American
is
Pie,
based on
just like a nostalgia.
Yeah, and so much of that movie's comedy is based on the shock of I can't believe they did that and went that far, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that once you see it that first time, that novelty kind of goes away a little bit. Yeah.
I also love how it in the end it comes back to it gives you that happy ending of they get their comeback tour, but they get their kind of second life in Japan tour at the end instead of like riding into the sunset.
Yeah.
I'm sure you hear the whole thing where they're like, well, our album's really big in Japan, because you had bands like that in the 80s, like they would go to Japan and just sell out Budokan. So
yeah, absolutely.
Japan's got their own guys now.
Edward Furlong actually had a hit song in Japan that like it was some crazy shit. It'd be like Michael Jackson or something, or it was somebody big that never worked over here in the States, but in Japan, Edward Furlong, he couldn't even sing worth a damn, but it was a hit.
Wow. And I don't know if he's big in Japan, but somebody's keeping Corey Feldman alive, man.
Kirsten Dunst doing a cover of the 80s song "I'm Turning Japanese" on Japanese TV. So the Americans will go there and do crazy stuff because like nobody's ever going to see that until YouTube was invented. Now we all see it.
True.
That's right. Yep. Jelani, tell us a little bit what you of your thoughts on style and structure.
Well, it's a tight movie. It's like 120 minutes or something like that. It's quick, and it's quick to the point where
it's like 80 minutes or something, right?
It's 80.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. 80 to 85, something like that.
It's really. It's
an hour 23. I think meant
23. Mm-hmm. It's a quick. It's a quick bit,
sure.
And like it takes itself so seriously. That's what makes it so funny. Like they're actually going through their decline, and like they're performing at amusement buildings, and freaking Fred Willard's got them at a military ball or some crap. I love this. I love.
Oh, dude, I forgot that Fred Willard was in the movie. He's hilarious, man.
Yeah, he's in.
I don't want to get too close to you guys. You'll think I'm part of the band.
And then Paul Schaefer. Paul Schaefer was that dude. What was his name? Something like Fufkin. He kept saying it like I'm Artie Fufkin or whatever. Like, hello, I'm Artie Fufkin. Hello.
I'm Fufkin. I want to kick myself in the ass.
Kick my ass.
Kick me in the ass.
I want you to do it. Kick my ass.
Like we're supposed to be here. I love Paul. I love it. I was gonna name him. He's like my third favorite character in the movie. He's not even in the movie long enough for him to be in the movie, and he's great. Like every cameo is fantastic in this film. Every cut shot is absolutely fantastic. When Harry Shearer is trapped in the freaking embryo, wherever the stuff he's in, everybody jumps out but him. And like I love the guy that's like trying to break him out. He's running up on stage.
Blow torch to it.
Yes, he tried everything to get him out. He still can't get him out. I laughed so hard. I never laughed that hard in a while. Like genuine laughter. And I've seen the movie and I forgot about that part. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God. He's trying to save his life, like on stage live. And these guys are still going. Like the band is still playing. Even he's in the pod trying to play.
Yeah.
I love they keep looking at each other. Nigel and David, they keep like kind of like, what's going on, man?
And then finally the song's over, and they're already back in the pod.
Yes, it was so great.
It's like such a great punchline. He keep getting his arm stuck in there and just doing the projecting strength.
He is projecting strength because I mean the show must go on, and it's made so well. I love how well crafted this film is. Even though it's improv, even though it's certain things that happen in this movie, stylistically it's fantastic. Everybody looks the part. Everybody is a great a musician on top of it. So the musicians, the fact that they learn the instruments that they're playing, the fact that Christopher Guest plays that beautiful piano solo for his love though. That's fucking I love that shit. It's impressive that I don't know if they learned it for the movie or they had this talent to begin with, but either way, it's still impressive that they all got together, made this film, and I remember it doing very well, and how beautiful this movie is put together. So structurally, it's awesome. Stylistically, it's awesome. I love it. No notes for after
Heck
that.
yeah, the movie it made $5.8 million in North America on a $2 million budget. So I think it would have been considered a success for what they were expecting it to be. But its legacy is what it's really has
classic
continued.
too.
Yeah, it's become one of the most popular 80s comedies and one of the most popular movies about rock and roll, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah, seriously, it's great. Matt, what do you think about the style and structure of the film?
Well, of course, it's a mockumentary style, which, if you think about it, the 1938 radio drama War of the Worlds could be considered very close to being. Now, there have been like filmmakers that have played around with that idea, like Woody Allen and Albert Brooks did a movie called Real Life, which was a spoof on a reality show on PBS in the early 70s about a family. That was like the first reality show, but I think they perfected it here. Also, you could say John Waters, one of the most eclectic filmmakers of all time, of Pink Flamingos, kind of did a mockumentary style on that one. They were trying to find the world's nastiest person or something. But this one, like, this is where they get it. Like, it's perfection. This is what started like the trend of doing more of these things. And of course, Christopher Guest was so good at it. He did several movies like that, like A Mighty Wind, Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, all these. And like, I would almost argue he's probably a better director than he was an actor, but he's improv to some point. And like, I don't really see much. There's not much like boring parts in the movie either. It's cut really great. Like the way they edited, I guess Rob Reiner edited it. I'm assuming or had say so in how it was edited. And so you got almost like a guerrilla style sometimes. I felt like the way it was filmed, but like it still felt real. Like, especially if you didn't know and you were just saying you've never seen this movie before, you don't know who the hell Spinal Tap is, and you turned it on late at night, you would think this was like, well, this is a real documentary. These guys are idiots. So,
Yeah.
It's just great style. And it's kind of like later on, we had the rockumentary, like they call it later, which was actually the same thing. Like MTV used to do a thing called like rockumentary or something.
Yeah.
So they probably stole it from Rob Reiner. And it's, what, the one thing though, watching the film, that's a real bummer is just how brilliant Rob Reiner was and how he got taken away from us. So, but you know what? This is I was glad that Brooks picked this too, because I think he deserves to get his flowers, even though he got him when he was alive. But this right here just shows you, like, and this was an early film of his too. So this shows you how brilliant a comedic
directorial debut, I believe.
Yeah. About his debut. Before this, he was just known for being meathead on All in the Family,
Yeah.
So,
and then he goes on when Henry Met Sally, Misery. These are great movies, man.
When Near Miss
Stand by
Hell, my
Me.
favorite rom-com.
Few Good Men.
Oh yeah.
And I would
Yeah.
say he's probably one of the most diverse directors ever in Hollywood because of the diversity of the movie he made. That was comedy, drama, whatever. But yeah, great film. And I don't have anything to say about it because I think Brooks and Johnny said about everything I wanted to say. So
Yeah, well, this is just a big glazing tonight, you know. So that's
Yeah,
like
Very
sometimes
blazing
these,
of film.
Essentially, yeah, deservedly so.
we got to do this every once in a while, man.
Very high. Yeah.
Wes, what do you think when you put your eye on this film as far as style and structure?
I mean, I'll just add to the glazing. It really does just move along. As it's been said, it flows really well. I love that they keep going back to that interview in the garden where he's like, "Yeah, our drummer." And when they're talking about all the drummers that died in the ways that they have died, like he died in a freak gardening accident.
They said it was best, you know, some things are best left
It was
unexplained.
like one of those things that they kind of said was better left unsolved. It's just
Yeah.
like every scene is funny, and it all like there's literally not a moment like it's not one of those things where they're throwing like huge hilarious jokes at you every 2 seconds so that you're like exhausted by the end of it. So they also like did really, because I imagine they probably could have cut the movie like that, hearing how many outtakes that they've had. So like what they've chosen, like the jokes that they chose to keep and the improv scenes that they have selected, I think. And you know, I'll have to watch all the outtakes and extra stuff to really see. But I think they probably chose the optimal ones, the ones that really make the story flow the best. And I imagine that was a challenge, especially with Rob Reiner being in the film as well. If he did the editing as well, like how hard would that be to like cut some of the jokes you remember like laughing at on set, like being like, oh, that was amazing when they said this. So what they've done, I think, is really incredible. Being a mockumentary. Flowing as well as it does and being as consistently hilarious as it is without ever becoming tedious at all. Like I could probably watch this movie twice in a row in one day and like I wouldn't even like, I'd be like, I could go again. Like it's just that good. And it is just a perfect comfort movie. I think like playing it in the background while I do anything would be, worthwhile. Like it's so funny because I could just zone in for like 2 seconds and hear like a hilarious joke and they'd be like, haha, that's funny, and then go back to whatever. Like it's just, I would never zone in on a boring part.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
3 editors credited with this film:
Wow.
Robert Layton, Kent Beta, and Kim Seacrest. So it seems like Rob had quite a team, which makes sense with all the footage. Imagine how much footage there is, right? And if you don't have the Blu-ray, y'all, which Wes is going to devour his Blu-ray now. I can already see it in his eyes. But like in the on YouTube, I think the outtakes, somebody has them up there too. It's like it's over an hour long. It's crazy, man. It's and like there's more Billy Crystal bits in there. There's like all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
It's really cool. It's really cool to see like just more of the scenes, basically. Really neat. Link, what about you? What do you think about the style and structure of this film?
Oh. Can't add on anything else you fine people have said, but I will speak on its influence in terms of style and structure. And all compliments to this movie. The fact that I watched this movie, I've not seen it in a few years, and I was reminded of stuff like MTV's Diaries or VH1 Behind the Music, The Office. It's Always Sunny. They like to say they were influenced by Seinfeld, but essentially the core of these shows is just a group of assholes that the world is reacting to, and that's what this movie is. It's like they're kind of assholes, and the world's reacting around them. So just the influence of this movie is prevalent. Like you can feel it in so many different beats, still now to this day. So in that sense, I think it excels on both fronts, like style wise and like structure. It's an hour 20. I think we all love a good hour and a half movie. So yeah, it just tip the hat to both fronts.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that when you're watching, you're like, oh man, we're already nearing the end, over, man. It's like camp's over, guys. This sucks, man. This is the last day. We're gonna be gone tomorrow. Man, I love the movie, man. Great thoughts, everybody. Let's talk about the music. You cannot not notice the music in this movie. Who did the music? Well, it was the cast. It was Harry Shearer. It was Michael McKean. It was Christopher Guest and Rob Reiner. It's like, so not only they learn these instruments to learn how to perform these songs, they wrote these damn songs, y'all, and they are hilarious. They are hilarious. Stonehenge is funny as shit because, and each one of these songs is like parodying a certain type of rock music from certain types of era, right? Stonehenge with the really like elaborate fucking pretentious fucking stupid shit, you know, like some Zeppelin type shit or something like that. But like
you read a little poem before the song.
Exactly, right? And then like, you know, their 60s stuff, you know, and like give me some money.
Give me some money.
And one of my favorites is Big Bottom. Big Bottom is one of my favorite ones. You know, talk about bum flaps, my girl's got them. It's just, and this is my favorite line in any of the songs, and it's in that one. He goes, "How could I leave this behind?" And I was just, that's just too stupid. I loved it. Brooks, what do you think about the music in This Is Spinal Tap?
Like, this is the movie where I'm actually excited to talk about the music. Most of the time when I'm watching, you're like, God damn it, I have to fucking remember to listen for the fucking music. Like, you know, this movie is like, you don't have to bother with that because, you know, the music is like so integral to the movie. Like, so many great songs too. Like, you know, and they're kind of legitimate rock songs, even though they're like, you know, a bit silly. They don't go into like full parody territory, but you know, they do have that kind of like, you know, of course it starts out with Tonight I'm Gonna Rock It Tonight, which is a great one. It's a good, it's probably the most like not parody style song they do. It's just kind of a rock song. I guess the funniest aspect is the redundancy of Tonight I'm Gonna Rock It Tonight. But yeah, it's like, you know, and of course they go through all the different times. Kingsman when they were doing Give Me Some Money. Of course, like, you know, it's in like, because it's following them on concert, like, you know, you get snippets of them on stage, you know, so they're doing different shows, they're trying different gimmicks, you know, they're doing all this stuff. So it's fun. Like each song has like, you know, a different kind of theme to it too, as they're going along. And, you know, of course I love the rock and roll creation bit where they, you know, they have these pods. They're kind of like, it kind of drawing on like, you know, the kind of rock star tendency back, and they have doing these big theatrical, like, you know, set pieces and shit. Like, you know, even like, you know, later on, like Marilyn Manson would do this kind of stuff where they like, you know, you'd have this ridiculous, like, you know, performance art stuff, but it's like, you know, it's kind of what made rock and roll so great. You know, it's like, you know, it's more than just the music, you know, it's also, it's like kind of like professional wrestling in that way, where it's like, you know, so many things at once. And like, you know, I love Sex Farm's a great song, of course, too.
Yes.
Like, you know, I love it when they really, like, you know, get very on the nose with the, you know, how silly a lot of like rock lyrics and songs are and stuff. But, you know, that's why Spinal Tap feels like a legitimate band. In a way they are, you know, they have kind of become just a legitimate band at this point.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's just the fact that they understand the project, you know, this is rock and roll. Let's, you know, we can make rock and roll that's kind of like, you know, pointing out how silly and ridiculous a lot of the aspects of the business are.
Heck yeah. My girl fits me like a.
I've been listening to a lot of Spinal Tap soundtrack this week too.
I bet, dude.
Well, for another week.
I want to sink her with my flesh torpedo.
Big Bottom.
I love it. Jelani, what do you think about the music in the film?
I love this music. I absolutely love it. Guys, my favorite song is something I cannot remember. It is the song that David and Nigel sing like a cappella, and they're like,
all the way home.
All the way home. I cry all the way home. When they sang that, and it was like damn near pitch perfect when they sang it, I was like, bruh, these guys can really sing. Like, they really are a group. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they put this together for funsies. And yet it's like, yeah, they're an impressive rock band. Like, this is how rock bands start. This is like all of the come up and the downfall. It's the same stuff. And they did it so well. And it's so, the music is so crafted to the point where I was shocked. I was like, when I first saw it, I was shocked that they were able to get music off this well. Oh Brother gives me this feeling. Although I think Oh Brother is better, guys. Don't feel that. But it's something about how music is incorporated into something that's not a musical. It's not Moulin Rouge, which is trash. You shouldn't have. Yeah, no, I throw it in there for fun. Musical theater is meant to be watched in a theater. Mockumentaries are meant to be watched on film because it tells a musical story, and it's telling a story about music, but it's telling the story in a way that makes you appreciate the music that is being presented. The music is the best part of the film because this is why these guys are together. This is why their downfall is so hilariously like cryptic at the same time. Like it's funny, but it's kind of sad because it's the end of one thing and the beginning of another. And that's why this music works so well. I love the 60s. I love Give Me Some Money. Give Me Some Money is the funniest shit. And the Big Bomb Girl and Sex Bomb and everything that they have in this film that's all together that puts it together is because of the music. The music, and I hate to say the cliche, is a character in this film.
It truly is.
It just is.
It truly, truly is. Well said. Well said. What about you, Matt? What do you think about the tunes in this film?
I think they go great. Well, I love the early songs. It shows them like in their Beatles, or Dave Clark 5 era, and then the hippie era song. Listen to the Flower People, and then and Harry Shearer. You can see him on the camera mouth. We love you. I like the whole so hippie dippy song, and Big Bottom. With a joke about that, me and my buddy used to live in this really shitty apartment in Lexington, Kentucky, and we would sing that song, "Living in a Hellhole." So, and the song where he's like trying to be all mystical and mystical. He's like, nobody knows who they were or what they were doing.
The Druids.
The Druids. The way he says it, like the Druids. And
now they laughed, the little people of Stonehenge.
And I wonder if Freddie Mercury and Queen were like when they did Big Bottom. Like, wait a minute, are they copying Fat Bottom Girls?
Yeah, in a way, I think.
And I also like the use of the music. Like they're at an Air Force base, and he says, "I want you guys to play some slow numbers they can dance to." He's playing Sex Farm.
Yes,
this is great. Yeah. And
I love the whole Fred Willard scene. All the whole Fred Willard section.
And I want to talk about the music. I want to listen to the movie. I want to hear this musical about Jack the Ripper called Saucy Jack.
Saucy Jack.
But yeah, the music's great. That's all. But I don't have nothing else to add. So.
Heck yeah, Wes. What do you get? What are your thoughts?
I like the music. I'm looking forward to watching it again so I can pay more attention to the music because I think I caught some of the jokes, but you got I didn't catch the behind joke when you said it. That was when I finally caught it. I was like, that's hilarious. Yeah. So I'm very much excited to dive into the music. Like, do they have they released a soundtrack somewhere? So I could
I should
just look it up and listen to them all because that sounds awesome. But I enjoyed it, as it was in the movie. I think it all served the story very well, and it was great.
Heck yeah, Link, what you thinking?
I'm right there with you. Great people again. I enjoyed the music. I didn't think there's sometimes when movies are like parodies, in particular musical parodies or whatnot, the music comes off like a joke, but this music seemed legit. Like, yeah, the jokes are there, but I think that they're very subtle in the music, just like the jokes in the movie are very, like, they can go over a lot of people's heads. Like, certain people can hear this music and just take it for an actual song. Like, they win it, I think there's a genius behind everything they did in this movie, from the music to the comedy and the way they intertwined a lot of it. But I thought the music, like Jelani said, was definitely a character of this movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah, 100%. All right, we like to dive a little bit deeper here at Pop Culture Philosophers. And even though this movie is just big, silly fun, it also has some things that it's saying. Brooks, what's this movie saying to you?
Well, I think there's a big kind of theme of this movie is kind of like how childish its main characters are, and how they're part of this industry that is basically kind of like put them in a bubble, and that's why they're still clueless. And even the industry that they're in, they don't really they're not as respected as they believe they are. Like I believe, like, you know, when they go to that fancy party in the beginning and they talk about how they, well, I don't know if this was on the commentary, but they mentioned that they got charged to go to that party, so they had to pay to get into that party, the Fran Drescher party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know, they're like, you know, these brilliant artists, but they're also like, you know, so like, you know, up their own asses and so unself-aware. But, you know, I think it's okay, you know, to be like that a little bit. You know, that's kind of like, you know, that's just human nature. You know, we're all kind of like that in a way. We all have our blind spots. It's just like, you know, I think a big message of the movie is like not to go too far, not to get too self-important, and remember, you know, to stay grounded and you know, but it's okay, you know, to be a little goofy sometimes, you know, because sometimes it's charming, like you know, like the boys from Spinal Tap.
Yeah, I like that. Jelani, what about you? What's this movie's theme in your eyes?
I would say that is the vicissitudes of friendship, meaning the ups and downs of what David and Nigel were going through, because they had been together for so long and they made music together for so long that, you know, and I love how it was like they never had a fight. I've never seen them fight. And the fact that they have the huge blow up over Jennifer and her Virgo, Spinal Tap, and Stonehenge. I like how friends are still friends, no matter what, no matter what kind of bullshit that you put yourselves through, no matter what happens. A friend is, and it's a quote that I learned years ago. A friend is someone that knows all about you and still likes you. And that is a true person. That is a true setup. And that's why Spinal Tap endures as a band, and because of the friendship between David and Nigel, and how they hold the group together even in its decline, and even that the fact that even though they can't do it in America, they can still go to Japan and get a second wind. And that's what I really appreciate about the film. It's just it's the power of friendship. It really truly is. And that's what I think this movie is. That's what I thought about it the first time. It's what I think about it now. And it's like, yeah, if you don't have friends that are helping you to become to move on, to become better than who you are, then you don't have friends. You shouldn't have them. You should be on your own doing that same shit. And that's what I get from this film.
Nice. I like that. Well put. What about you, Matt? What are you thinking?
Well, I think it's about a bond of friendship, but it's also about determination. Despite of all signs to the contrary, they keep on keeping on. Like even though they get second billing to a puppet show, there is one bed. Even though the concierge says, "But it's a King Lear, sir." You know, you have to get 14 people here, and they get to see the hotshot rock stars outselling them, the big arenas. They're in these little shows, and some of their shows get canceled, but they keep on plugging away, even when they have to play at an Air Force base, and they get interference from the fighter jets in their radio transmissions or whatever. That's hilarious too. But when you think about it, it's like there are other bands that are real bands that are other real bands that would have never made it through this. Motley Crue, amateurs. Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, they would have never made it through if they had to be second billing to a puppet show. But Spinal Tap endured.
I like that.
They just wanted to make music. And also, this movie is just a testament to how great improv comedy can be when you have three masters like Harry Shearer, Michael McKean, and Christopher Guest in a film together.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I like it. Wes, what about you? What you thinking?
I mean, I completely agree with what everybody said before me. Like Jelani said, I feel the friendship vibes. I think that is a strong theme in the movie, and I also feel that, you know, Spinal Tap making it through all the hardships is another theme. And I guess to add to that, I think, you know, a film like this was likely made by people who really love rock and roll just in general, considering how many references to like actual rock stars and actual rock events that are thrown in the movie. And I think a theme that can be derived from this film is that you can love something and also find it a little bit silly at the same time. Like you can totally enjoy rock and roll and find, you know, a lot of like the goofy things funny. Like, I mean, Kiss, I don't know if that's in the conversation here. Kiss is hilarious. I think Kiss is hilarious. I also like a lot of their songs, unironically. I don't know if that's embarrassing to say because I'm not really in a lot of rock groups, but like, yeah, I think yeah, like you can have fun and love something at the same time.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I, by the way, am a huge Kiss fan.
Hell yeah.
All right, my living room, I got a picture of Paul Stanley and a picture of Gene Simmons, proudly displayed that my
Gene
buddy
Simmons
actually
said
took.
that.
Their original.
Yeah, I feel like the Zodiac reference was kind of like a Kiss reference, like the idea of them like, you know, having different like makeups. And,
yes, I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
that makes a
children.
lot of sense. Yeah, I like that. All right, Link, what you sitting on?
I like what Matt was saying about determination. You know, endure. You know, the whole scene. You know, especially in I've never been a celebrity, but I can only imagine the downward slope of all the fame and shit. Seem like the whole world's turned against you, and sometimes it does feel like that. You know, the whole world's against you, but endure. You know, stand, believe in your convictions. You know, not if you're crazy. But, you know, if sometimes life gets hard, you know, and it feels like, you know, shit. But no, endure. You know, that's part of life, and stand for your convictions. So be determined.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love this conversation. I would say, yeah, it's about the friendship of Nigel and David in particular, and the power, the resiliency of that friendship through the power of their love of music, their connection, right? Like me, Brooks, and Jelani, we go back decades at this point, right?
Oh, wow.
Our connective tissue is shit like movies and comics, right? Like where we bonded over this shit, right? That's why we do PCP movie night, right? So like there's something like music, like art can be so powerful. It literally does bring people together and keep people together. And so I think that the power and the importance of music is cool. And I love what Wes said, where you can understand the importance and the perspective of everything, but you also gotta sometimes not take it too seriously, right? I love Kiss because it is hammy as shit. You know what I'm saying? But like Rock On, when I got to see them and like I got to see the spitting up of the blood and I got to see Paul Stanley get fucking drug around the goddamn arena on a rope. I was like, I wouldn't do that. That dude's 70 years old, man. That's crazy. I loved it. I love the theatrics of it, man. So heck yeah. All right, time to rate this film out of 5. Possible you digs, you out there in the chat. We want to hear, what do you rate? This is Spinal Tap from 1984. Brooks, you're going to kick us off here on the panel.
Oh, geez, man, this is a tough one. Like, you know, I had to think about it real hard. So I landed on 5, I guess. I guess I'll give it a 5. You know, it's a great movie. I love it a lot. And, you know, I'm glad that, you know, everybody else is enjoying as much as I do. So, like, I don't feel like a freak anymore. Like the only guy in school. So thanks, guys.
All right, a perfect score from Brooks. What about you, Jelani?
I'm going to give it a Crew's Choice bump. Normally I give this 4.5, but I'm giving it a 5 this time. I give it a 4. I would give it, the only reason I wouldn't give it normally I would give it a 4.5 is that there are no tits in this film. And it's a rock movie, and there should be tits. But that's fine. It's a comedy. I get it. It didn't really need them, but it's still a rock movie. I need to see some tits flashed. But I'm going to give it a 5 because it's still nice. It's a very, very good movie.
2 perfect scores across the board so far. What about you, Matt?
If I could, I would give it an 11. I'm giving it a 5. It's just like, this is like the mockumentary. There were several like proto mockumentaries or something, you know, before this, but like this is the one, and it's referenced by even rock bands. I mean, Metallica will even tell you that the Black Album was because of that. It was kind of a joke, and like all that stuff about, like I've heard like all these musicians, like Dee Snider says, I have a good sense of humor. I knew they were making fun of us, but we loved it anyway. We'd watch it on the tour bus. So it's, you know, rock music is kind of silly. You know, you hear some crazy stories like David Lee Roth used to hire little dwarfs as his bodyguards, had it in his contract rider. And they also used to make sure they would sort the brown M&Ms out. That's not bullcrap. They really did that shit.
Yeah.
And like just crazy stuff like that is like just ludicrous to anybody like us normies, you know. But yeah, it's total 5.
Heck yeah. 3 perfect scores so far. Wes, this is your first time watch. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Well, this might be a boring rating panel, but I have to give it a 5 as well. Like, it really was just like such a great comedy. Like, it was so funny. And you know, comedy is not my top genre, and it blew so much out of the water when it comes to my expectations. And like, every scene is so hilarious. Like, I literally could just like pop it in and like go to scene selection and just pick any random scene and watch it for 5 minutes, and it would be a good laugh, and then go about my day. Or I could sit down and watch the whole thing, which I'm sure I'm going to do many, many times in the future. So like, yeah, it's a 5.
Heck yeah, man. Steph, where are you at?
Yeah, I mean, based off of this conversation, if anyone in the chat or on the panel thought this movie was going to get anything less than a 5, they're as oblivious as the band members of Spinal Tap. This is an absolute 5. I mean, come on. We talked about the influence, how timeless it is. This is an easy 5.
Yeah, I agree. An easy 5 for me. 5. It's like, so it's there's nothing I would change about this movie. I love this movie, and definitely one that I probably should watch more often than I do, which is every few years. I actually don't have it on Blu-ray anymore. I got rid of my Criterion DVD years ago so I could upgrade, and I just never did it yet. So I should do that soon. This movie is pretty freaking awesome. 5 you digs from everybody on the panel. That means that's a PCP average of 5, but let's make it a 5.11. Right? That sounds good. I'm kind of stealing a little bit of your idea there, Matt. All right. Thus concludes our movie review.
Go
ahead.
Why don't you just make 5 a little bit bolder and louder?
That's what it's done.
Because this one goes to 0.69, so why not just do the 0.11?
0.11 though. Yeah.
There's higher. If it had tits, it'd have 5.69.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Brooks, great pick, man. I wonder if you won Crew's Choice. We'll see if any other movie's gonna get all across the board 5s, man. Because so far it wasn't Knight Riders, right? But Knight Riders got pretty high scores for what it is. But I don't know. But there's some great movies coming out or coming up, including next week's pick. It's Steph's pick next week. Y'all, we're gonna be talking about Hero, starring Jet Li. Love. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you know I'm gonna be all over this movie next year. Like, I love this movie. I'm so excited. So excited that you picked Hero, bro. I loved it. I'm really looking forward to that, man. That's gonna be.
I'm gonna be in the chat for that one.
Yeah, that one's gonna be great. Brooks, though, this is Spinal Tap was a great pick, man. Final thoughts, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm glad. Of course, glad everybody liked it. I kind of figured as much, but you know, there's always a possibility that somebody's gonna be like, I didn't like it or whatever, you know. But that's okay, you know, because like all opinions are valid. And of course, me and Jelani, we did Go Figure reviews. This week we did Laser Sword He-Man. Yeah. And Stone Dar. Yeah, so you can check those out. My figure of the night tonight is Black Widow. It's like a 90s style. So she's in the gray jumpsuit.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
I want to get that figure here.
Where she's
pretty nice. Yeah, she comes with the classic the mini comic, the one with Wolverine and Cap and her on it.
Yeah.
Jim Lee cover. Yeah.
I want to get that one eventually.
On Go Figure reviews.
Heck yeah. Speaking of the other half of Go Figure reviews, Jelani, thank you for being here. Final thoughts.
Yeah, man. Brooks, this is a great pick, dude. It's been years since I've seen it, and now that I've seen it, I'm over the moon for it. And we get Hero next week, which is even the glazing will continue, or at least on my end. This is gonna be a good Cruise choice. I'm really glad that we're able to get these films out. So, and happy late birthday to you, Robbie. I'm glad you had a good Robbie week.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope everything worked out for you. Keep doing Rocky Robbie live. I know you are. It's just weird that you're not doing it as often as you were. But I understand. And what else? There's still a chicken wing shortage, so make sure that you buy chicken wings when you can at a premium. We live in strange times.
Yeah, there's a sardine shortage too, man. Do you know that?
I'm gonna start
It's so
selling chicken-
lame.
I'm gonna start selling dime bags of chicken wings on the street.
That's right.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for joining.
Does it come with the sauce?
Yeah, there's a
Come
sardine
with the
shortage, man.
sauce.
I just fucking got into sardines, man.
Well,
And
I had a
there's
business.
fucking
have
sardine
to.
shortage.
We live in this economy.
How many times have you gotten up hungover and say, I'm going to go to Chick-fil-A and it's Sunday and you realize they're not open? So go to Chick-fil-A on Saturday and buy every chicken sandwich you can and stand out in their parking lot, wait for the inevitable person to go up there and go, oh, they're closed. It's Sunday. You go, hey, would you like a chicken sandwich? I got you hooked up right here. You can sell them for double the price.
That's right.
There's this kid in my high school that used to sell fucking Hot Pockets to people, man.
Yo.
Yeah. Matt, thank you for being here, man. Final thoughts.
Thank you for having me. I want to thank Brooks again for this one too. I didn't know you picked it until I got here, but it's a very awesome movie. I was happy to revisit it. Gave me an excuse to dust off the old DVD and put it in the DVD player. Actually, I've just been in this house for 9 months, and today motivated me to actually hook my DVD player up for the first time. So now I got that out of the way. Now I can watch some more of my movies, and then I'm trying to get back into physical media again because I went through a lot where I was like, just going to use streaming, but screw that shit. But
That's
anyway,
a lie they sell you, man. That's what
it
streaming
is.
is.
Streaming is a lie.
PlayStation's screwing everybody over from what I've read. Anyway, what's coming up? I don't know. I gave you some thumbnails. I don't know if you've got them in time, but I don't know what order they're in. So just you could throw one up. Okay. We're doing this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're reviewing Transformers, the movie from 1986. And if anybody wants to be on this, any of you guys want to be on the panel, is at 9 p.m. on Sunday, Eastern time. And we asked the question, is this the most traumatic childhood movie ever, at least for Generation X?
You taught me about that.
You know, and
I was gonna say beyond Bambi and shit. It's got to be.
Yep.
Yeah, this one, we watched it last night, and I had all kinds of feels about it. I even felt like saying #Justice for Starscream, because anyway, then we got.
I saw this for the first
Hot
time.
Rod was the real villain. We all know that.
Friday, this is a pre-recorded video. I've been doing these preview videos for upcoming releases, and we're going to go talk about what is Doom Quest. We know Ryan North's writing this, and we ask questions like, do we need Ryan North writing another Doctor Doom series? But how cool are the covers? We've got Alex Ross. I won't get into that. You can watch the video this Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern or at your leisure. Okay. And this comes out Wednesday at 4 p.m. pre-recorded video. It's a little short 5-minute video. It's kind of my love letter to G.I. Joe issue 21, the silent issue, and how great the storytelling was without any words at all. We go into a little bit of history of the artist and a little bit of history of what silent issues came before this. You know, there were some other attempts at this, but I would argue it was the perfect version of a silent issue.
I was gonna say, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking of you guys didn't remember like that like it was like the early 2000s. Marvel had every title released that silent issue. I was gonna say with the G.I. Joe start.
Oh yeah, I remember
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, the enough said trend. Yeah.
We kind of talk about too, like, you know, Steranko was a notable one that did one on Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. issue 1, which is called Who is Scorpio? And there's like several pages with no words.
Yeah.
So, and there's been attempts.
And he had to fight to get
And
paid.
the gloves
for that.
on the.
Yeah, he had to pay. Yeah, he had to pay him because they said there's no dialogue. You're not getting paid for writing it. He's like, oh no, it tells the story, and it's like it's the same thing as storyboards in movies. You know, like they tell the story without having words. But yeah, okay, I talk too much.
Thank you, Matt. Wes,
dope.
thank you for joining us, man. This was super fun. Tell
yeah.
everybody what you do and where they can find you.
Thank you so much for having me. I can be found here on YouTube. Oh my gosh. Right here. I don't know why I struggle to like find which way it is. Right here at Screen Brûlée on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I talk about movies and all that good stuff. I actually just recently saw the Transformers cartoon 1986 film Was it 86? I believe so. For the first time like a week ago. Really good. Loved that. So that's cool that that Matt is covering it.
What
so,
side
yeah.
are you up for Hot Rod, man?
I will have to
He's the
rewatch
true
it.
villain. We all know that. We
Yeah,
all know
because
this, bro. I'm
I'm
not even
so
the most
bad with
hardcore
names.
Transformers fan.
It's not
Yeah,
his
sorry.
fault. He's a youngster. I have to.
He's the one that got Optimus Prime killed.
Exactly.
It's true. That's true.
Fuck hot rods.
I was pretty ripped up about Optimus Prime. When I watched it, I was actually like, "There's no way they just killed what? Like what?" Because I had only I'm not a big
Right?
Transformers fan, if I'm
Right?
being honest. I had only seen the Shia LaBeouf movies, and that's probably embarrassing to say. But I was very surprised that they killed Optimus Prime. I was like, "What the hell?" That was very surprising.
Yes,
It's also the Optimus shouldn't have hesitated. He should have took him out.
Yeah.
But he had a rook. He had a rook he was trying to look out for. That shouldn't have been in there to begin
As
with.
mad as I am,
I mean, unless you mean shooting,
I am mad. I am fucking pissed.
Matt. Unless you mean he should have shot through Hot Rod. I totally agree. He should have definitely shot through Hot Rod.
Oh my god!
But also like a really killer like rock soundtrack on that film too.
Absolutely,
What a
dude.
great
Oh my
soundtrack.
goodness.
Hell yes. Stan Bush, baby. Man.
Music's great in that, man.
You got the touch.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Good
Yes.
shit. All right, Link, thank you for being here. What you got going on, man?
Happy to be here, man. Yeah, this Thursday, Psycho 2, I believe, was the winner for Polls Choice last week. Verno let the voters pick, and they decided upon Psycho 2. I believe you'll be there for this one as well, Robbie. So this should be
Oh,
fun.
I may not be there because I remember I forgot about my girlfriend's birthday. So
Good job.
I
Oh,
may
shit.
not
Yeah,
be there.
Yeah. So
May not.
Oh,
but
the
we
crew-
just covered
yeah,
it
okay.
too. We just covered it. Were you
Yeah.
on the Psycho show?
franchise.
Were you on the
I wasn't on
Psycho
the
franchise?
franchise. Really,
Okay. I forget who's on what show sometimes. We just did the whole franchise. It was super fun. That was a fun franchise revisit, man. Heck yeah. Psycho 2, have you seen it before?
Psycho 2 is fantastic. I
No,
love
I've
Psycho
only
2.
seen fucking the Gus Van Sant remake and Psycho. Those are the only ones
Oh
I've
man.
seen.
2 is I love 2, and I would recommend giving 3 a shot too, because 3 is like a fucking fever dream for some reason. I don't know what, it's silly. I fucking love
Okay.
3, man.
I honestly love all 4 of them, even though the 4th one's like bad, like objectively bad. It's
Yeah.
so some of the
Olivia
dialogue is
Hussey is
hilarious.
It is. It's like so
It's so
unintentionally
funny.
funny.
I'll check 'em
right?
out.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes
I
I'm
love it.
like, how does Mick Garris? I guess he just knows all these people, but I'm like, I don't think he's a good director, man. I don't know, man. When you really widen me, Critters 2, I think it's his best film,
Calling
man.
favors.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
real.
yeah. That's what it is, man. But he did some great episodes of Masters of Horror. Chocolate is one of my favorite ones, which has got the kid who plays young Norman Bates in
Chocolate
Psycho
is good.
4, the
Yeah.
ET kid. I can
Yeah.
never remember his
Henry
name.
Thomas.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so yes, next week you can join us here as we talk about Link's pick, Hero, starring Jet Li. Man, I'm so damned excited. I'm so
movie's
damned
so
excited for
good.
that. Very excited. All right, we're dipping out. Y'all, we'll catch you. Keep watching movies.